What is going on, YouTube family? It's been a while, and excuse the eyes watering. I suffer from winter allergies. It happens from time to time, and my eyes are watering today. But I haven't been out on a bike that's not my own since probably the Milwaukee trip, I think. But this beautiful pre-owned bike you see here behind me came into the dealership, and I had to test her out. So first, let me tell y'all about all the upgrades that this bike has. So this bike has a ton of upgrades, so I got a little cheat sheet. Okay, I'm gonna run down my cheat sheet as fast as I can. It is quite a few upgrades, so y'all bear with me here. So it has the M8 motor. By the way, this is a 2018 Road Glide Special, fully customized in case you can't tell. But it has an M8 motor. It has a Zippers 468 cam and lifters, Andrews cam gear, fueling oil pump, Zippers adjustable push rods, high flow intake, a A1 crankcase breather, Screaming Eagle 5.5 injectors, Ward CNC ported intake 55 millimeter, Thundermax tuner, Simon back cut trans, 32 front sprocket, 2-inch BDL belt drive, Jim Nazy rear end kit, 22. That's probably the only thing on here that I really know what it is. A 2022 CVO seat. It's got Dirty Air Stealth Ride system, which is the air ride on here. Rockford Fosgate stereo system. Harley touchscreen radio WIM. Harley footboards and pegs. Zero highway pegs. Zero phone chargers. D&D ignition switch. Harley profile mirrors. Harley heated grips. Electric headlight with turn signals, which is right here. It's a pretty sweet looking headlight too. Custom dynamic sequential turn signals, windshield trim lights, which you can see right there. Codlin front turn signals. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but those are right there. It's got the fat front tire kit, which y'all know I love. Green Brothers front axle and Green Brothers shifter linkage. I'm not sure if I'm leaving anything out, but this bike is fully upgraded. I love how the exhaust comes right out the fairing right there. That's so cool. Now, typically when a bike is this custom, it usually rides like crap. But surprisingly, this one is quite roadworthy. It does pretty good on the road. It's a showpiece. That bike is a showpiece. I do want to show y'all something that, let me show you. This is actually my first time riding a bike with an open primary. As you can see right there, you can see the belt drive. That's the only thing I get a little bit sketched about, but luckily my pants legs down here, they're gripping kind of good to the legs, but you want to be careful with that. Do y'all want to hear what it sounds like before I pull off? Of course y'all do. Let me get things set up to where I can demonstrate the sound the best way I can. Because I know how loud this bike actually is, I'm gonna set the mic a little bit of ways away from it so that it can pick up without distorting too bad. All right, the mic is a ways away from me. It's way over there off camera. I'm gonna start it up so y'all can see what she sounds like. Hopefully that picked up pretty good for you, but let me know down in the comments, what do you think? How's the bike sound? So now I'm gonna let y'all enjoy some B-roll of this beauty while I get my helmet on and get ready to ride. Got my backpack on. Oh, helicopter. All right, let's get out of here. Got to put on the cool weather riding gloves. All right, so the first thing I gotta do is air this baby up before we pull off. Let's get her cranked up first. All right, we are cranked up. Now I'm gonna air the bike up. I feel like that's decent. We should have plenty of clearance right now. This is the PSI rating right here. It's loading up the air tanks. And I don't know if y'all can see that belt right there spinning, but the bike is ready to go. So we're gonna head out. Yeah, buddy. Oh, look at that. I guess they just came off the track. Now, typically, when it comes to show bikes, hold on. Let me get out on the road first before I start rambling and running my mouth. Come on, Playboy, let me get right here. Oh, I like it. Ford Performance. Oh, that's the racing school. Awesome. He's a schooler. I'm gonna go ahead and go. All right, now I can ramble. So typically when it comes to these performance builds or these custom builds where the motorcycle is this customized, where it's basically a showpiece, most of the time those motorcycles get trailered everywhere they go. They aren't built to ride. The previous owner of this motorcycle built this baby to ride. You could tell by the performance parts they put on here. It's a showpiece that's ready to tear up the road. And if I was to do a show bike, literally this is how I would do it. The bike surprisingly handles really well on the road as well. Now, I'm not a huge fan of air suspension at all. It's typically kind of bouncy and more of a harder ride. But this one does not feel bad at all. I will say that. It handles extremely well. Like, I'm not feeling hardly any of the imperfections in the road. Now, is it as smooth as putting something like some Öhlins or Fox suspension on your motorcycle? Probably not. But it's got that cool factor. You basically got switches like your Ice Cube. And I'm not sure if y'all know how big of a fan I am of fat tire kits. I absolutely love the way a fat tire kit handles. I mean, when you think about it, you've got a wider tire in the front, which means you've got more surface area to grip the road when you're in those corners. And it definitely does that. I love riding on a bike with a fat tire kit. Like, if I could put a fat tire kit on my Dyna, I probably would, but I don't know if that would look stupid. So I'm 6 feet tall, 230 pounds, probably like 225. And the bike is like, everything on the bike is perfectly built for my height and my stature. You've got that 2022 CVO seat, which is extremely plush while still being low profile and stylish. It's wide, it feels comfortable on my butt. The handlebars are at the right placement, exactly where I would want them. They're about 2 inches below my shoulders. Now, I will say they are a wee bit wider as far as where my arms are than I typically like. I like to be in more like right here, but this does not bother me at all. It's actually really comfortable. When I got my feet up on the pegs, my knees are at like a right angle. So everything about the comfort aspect of this motorcycle is right on point. And a bunch of other bikes that have the air ride, they don't have it like this. They have like these buttons on the side where it's like you got to play a flute to figure out how to raise and lower it. I love how this one is set up. You got your front up and down, your rear up and down, and your center stand up and down. I mean, how easy could it get? I don't know why everyone doesn't do that when they have air ride on their motorcycle. It's so much simpler. I'm just noticing we got the Memphis Shades hand guards on here too. I've actually got some Memphis Shades hand guards sitting in my garage that I got to put on my Dyna. I need to do that. Man, that thing sounds crazy. When you pull that clutch in and let off that throttle a little bit, it's like, it just growls. But yeah, this road I'm on right now has quite a bit of imperfections in it. It's like it needs repaved, but it's not too bad on this motorcycle. Like, I'm not feeling all of these crazy bumps and jolts going into my spine or into my legs or into the handlebars or anything. So the air suspension on this bike does a really good job at absorbing those road bumps. Now, would I call this a performance bagger? No, but it definitely has quite a bit of performance parts on it. But by no means is it like a Road Glide ST or something like that, where you're going to want to take this like carving canyons, just ripping it, smoking tires, doing all that crazy stuff. Now, can you? Probably. Would you want to? No, I wouldn't. Not with the way it's set up and all these different custom parts. I would get on it a little bit and ride it spiritedly and have fun with the motorcycle, but I'm not gonna get too ridiculous on something like this. I mean, it's too customized for you to take that risk. Man, I love this thing. Smells a skunk. I ain't smelled a skunk in North Carolina, like, I don't think ever. I'm surprised. That thing stank. I could like taste it in my mouth.
I can taste it on my tongue. Is that onion and ketchup?
Woo! Gotta rev that exhaust every once in a while, just so you can make some noise. So people can know you. They know you coming, baby. Can I get this turn? Yeah. I'm taking it easy on the turns because I don't know how far down or how stretched these bags are, and I don't really want to be scraping them. But if I wanted to hit the throttle, you see it'll move. The bike will accelerate, and when you hit that throttle, you hear that intake sucking that air in, and that just enhances your ride. Part of your ride is all about the sound, like what makes riding a motorcycle fun. Unless you're on a live wire, the sound on a live wire is fun too, because it's like, but the sound on a motorcycle is what helps bring to that riding experience. So I love all the different sounds that occur on motorcycles. Like, I'm loving hearing this air intake pull that air in. I'm loving hearing the exhaust. I'm even loving hearing the open primary. You can hear the gears chattering and stuff, especially when you pull in the clutch and when you're at a stop. It almost gives me that feel of like how a dry clutch Ducati sounds. It gives you that performance sound out of this Harley. Oh yeah, yeah, you could get on it. It'll move. The bike will definitely move. Like, I didn't really get on it, but